So you factor in their petrol. 40 pesos is 60 cents. Oh. Yeah, 60 US cents a kilo he's making. But he's also got to pay his fuel and whatever else. There he goes. Now he's got a big container there on the back. So probably maybe 20 kilos of fish, so 20 times. Oh, I suppose he thinks it's worth it. 40 pesos, 400, 800 pesos. They must carry more than that. Well, 800 pesos is quite a respectable amount for a local guy. Depends on what fish they buy. Obviously, if you buy expensive fish, you've got to find people who can afford the expensive fish. So it's not necessarily a good idea to buy the most expensive fish. Mackerel is, if I remember rightly, 250, so it's about $4 a kilo. And then you've got Dorado, tuna. Oh, that's very expensive. I haven't got the figures for that. There are fish here. I can see them breaking the surface. I mean bigger fish, not, there's always fish here. Oh! So we'll walk up this way a little bit. I hope you haven't all fallen asleep. Is this still recording? Yes. It's looping though. I cannot get this little camera to stop looping. In other words, at 12 minutes it loops. And there is a way to get it not to do that, just film continuously, but I haven't found it yet. And I've spent hours and hours. I need to get a 12-year-old boy to come in and jiggle with it because they're more technologically proficient. I'm a dinosaur, really. This water is beautiful. So refreshing. So the resort has their own slipway, and that is their boat with the cover that they take. The general foreman of this resort is a very nice guy called Bam Bam. He looks like he should be playing forward in the what are they called? The All Blacks, or a Polynesian team. You have to realise, well, I'm sure maybe no, but definitely the Polynesians visited here. Hang on a minute. Can you see that? Did you see that? They must have visited here because they left their seed for sure. There's sort of different shapes and sizes of Filipinos. There's sort of the native, the original Aborigine, much smaller in stature. You've got the hill tribe people who are even smaller in stature, but very tough, wiry, very nice people. I like the hill tribe people. And the women are absolutely gorgeous. But I'm not in the market for a woman or a man or anyone. I've given up. 74 I will live. 75 live. What about my children are giving me a birthday present? Anyway, so then you've got the originals, the hill tribe people, and then you've got the sort of Polynesian looking, much stockier, look like, you know, rugby players, the men, and the women are larger in all directions. So here's the slipway. Probably talking to myself by now, this thing will run out of camp. This thing, battery, will go the full 9 yards, but what is happening with the batteries on my Nikon, I don't know, because the first battery, the battery that came with the camera, lasted 10 years. So I rang Nikon and made a complaint about how easily this battery had become useless. No, I didn't. So I went online to the equivalent of Amazon here is there are many, but Lazada is the main one I use, and I saw an advert for genuine Nikon battery, paid for it, got it, and it's a clone because it would last. A genuine Nikon battery, I don't know about what they quote for running it as a video, but just for normal photography, and I take lots of photos every day, will last about 3 weeks. I never pushed my luck and do that, but this thing would last about 3 hours, and then you get low bat and the camera just won't allow you to take a photograph. And that's happened to me this morning. Now there's something wrong, because it must be the charger, because I've used these new ones and I always carry two. That's why I bought one in reserve, because I do a lot of photography and I knew that the video would eat up more juice. I can't believe both of them are low bat, and while I'm a bit scatty, I actually, with my cameras and things, I'm very careful to make sure everything's charged up. It's like this little thing. This takes about 3 hours to charge up after you've used it, for the length of time we have today. The Nikon batteries charge in about 15 minutes. There we go. So that's the Chinese. I'm going to surprise him one day, because I actually speak Cantonese. I was 3 years as a patrol boat skipper in Hong Kong, and you have to learn the language because none of my crew spoke English, which is quite exciting in an emergency. Now look at this thing going up here. There's an impressive house behind it already. Now whether they're just building apartments here or something, maybe it's going to be another resort, who knows. I don't have money, so I don't mix with the rich and famous and powerful. I mix with Filipinos, if you like. I find the behaviour of the majority of the foreigners here is really not up to standard. They look down at the Filipinos as, you know, these are just little brown people who cook our meals and clean our houses and serve us coffee. Hate that attitude. Have to remind them, and I do remind them if I hear people talking like that, I'd say, excuse me, this is the Republic of the Philippines. You are actually the stranger here, and you're a guest. No, I've never been up this far. I've snorkeled along the coast here, but never actually walked it. In fear of sea urchins, of course. But they're not here anymore, I hope. The season's over. But they goes further out to sea for some reason. Here we are. That's yeah, so this is going to be part of this bloody great mansion that's already there. Possibly as a result, I don't know. and I'm going to turn around because we come to rock. So look, a lot more people on the beach now. The Pinoy, the Filipinos, have got the right idea. They come down and swim when it's cool, you know. Whereas all the foreigners I know, they say, God, it's bloody hot on the beach. I said, what time do you go down the beach? They said, oh, about 12 o'clock. I said, well, what do you expect it to be? Whereas the locals think, oh, we'll come down early, as I do. I just love it here. I'm going to stay here the rest of my life. However long that's going to be, that will depend on the success of this skin cancer treatment. But they seem to be getting control of it now. Now look, if you want to come along this beach, and old ladies do this, you have to climb onto their wall, which is very slippery. They've made a step the other end, and this is what they're given for old ladies to get down off their wall. Look at that. Disgusting. So difficult. I could move away from these rocks. Sorry about that. I see just hit a reef or something. And I think the camera up the right way here. That was so funny. And actually I like the film that it's produced. You put it on full screen and it's just upside down, but it creates a really nice effect. I can say that. Or you stand on your head and watch it. Or if you're in Australia, you can watch it right way up because you're upside down anyway. So my mate Ron in Perth, he could watch that without any problem. And I've published it. I was talking to Yuri in Ukraine. I talk to a very good friend of mine every day in Ukraine to, get up to date because I love Ukraine as well. And what's happening in Ukraine is disgusting. It's terrible. Anyway, I said to Yuri, Yuri said to me, you've published 5 short clips, 12-minute clips, and they're upside down. I said, yes. He said, well, who wants to watch an upside down film? I said, you obviously do.